Hello. Michael, you are muted.
Thank you.
All right, so
Okay.
score class. You said something
Yeah.
about having a
Yeah.
class for score.
So, I was saying we'll just have a score class that just has an attribute score.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd have to take a look at the code again, but whenever we go to update the been here Boolean, could call the add to score method. Same thing with the, dropping an object, picking it up, or opening a door methods.
What about like game state? Wouldn't it be its job to keep track of score? Or
possibly.
Hmm.
I mean, I was kind of thinking of like your idea of having a scoreboard later on.
Mm-hmm.
And I just think it'd be easier to have a score class that can be instantiated and recorded for multiple players.
Okay.
Then I think we will need to store score with the instance of the game, because like if you load it up from a save file, you want to keep your score.
Yeah.
So I think we at least need some variable in the game state class, I think.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. All right. And then health. What did he say about health? Yeah, it's basically just it checks your health and, whatever it is, it gives you a message.
Yeah.
So that's pretty easy. That's actually pretty integrated into what we were already talking about doing for our supplemental features. So first question, what kind of scale do we want to use for health? Like 0 to 10, 0 to 50, 0 to 100, 0 to 1,000,000?
Well,
I don't know about 1,000,000 health.
Yeah, I know. I'm just throwing numbers out, guys. 0 to the square root of infinity divided by pi. Enjoy figuring that one out, system.
No, I am a big fan of the number 12.
Yeah, simple numbers.
Why is that when you learn girls weren't icky anymore or something?
No, it's just it's 12, not too big, it's not too small. 12, it's like the Goldilocks number.
Okay. So probably gonna have it stored in the game state, right?
Yeah.
Healthy, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like we said earlier, if hunger is 0, -1 to health every time you enter a new room, or every time you enter a room, really.
Sorry, -1 to. I mean, it would be wound -1, right? No, wound. Sorry, restate what you said. I'm sorry.
Okay, so we're gonna store health in game state.
Yes.
And like we were talking before, if your hunger count is 0, you lose so much health every every time you do an action, every time you enter a room.
Maybe every 2 rooms to make it feel like you're slowly starving or something.
Okay, so -1 health every 3 rooms.
Well, here's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
I think, at least in my opinion, I think that it should still be -1 health per room, because I do want it to be like an urgent thing. Like, oh, I need to find food. Like, it's an actual thing you have to worry about. Again, it's balancing whatever, but
okay.
I think that you should you could check your health. Wait, I mean, is that a thing where you can check your health?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a command health.
Yeah, you could check your health every room. But I think that at every intervals of 3, so every time you go into a new room 3 times, it will be it displays a message like, oh yeah, the pain gets worse. Oh, I'm dying. I don't know.
So all right, so let me just be clear and make sure I understand what you're saying. Every 3 times you go into a room, or every 3 points of change to your health?
Every 3 points of change to your health.
Okay. Negative change to health. Display message player. Stop gnawing on my fibia. Damn dog, stop gnawing on my fibia. I need that.
Yo, dog, can I have my femur back?
I don't know if you got your femur. I don't think you're putting it back in.
I mean, you do have a point.
Okay. So, but back to the health counter, or the result of the health counter being the hunger counter being 0. -1 health every time you enter a room. Is that what we're talking?
Yes.
Okay. Alex?
Can you repeat that one more time? I didn't hear you too well.
Okay, so when your hunger count is 0, you're going to lose health. At what rate? Dre just said -1 health every time you enter a room and your hunger count is 0.
Yeah, that would make it seem important, I guess, yeah.
Okay.
Which I guess it probably should be, yeah.
Okay. So let me do screen share. If I don't want to stop converting. I want to screen share. Okay, so here's what we've got. So health starts at 12. Done do. Get out of the way. You start with 12 health points, HP, whatever you want to call them. Okay. We talked about that in class, so don't worry about that. We're going to do NPCs. Oops.
Now, will an
only.
NPC be a part of the room? If you think about it, can they move around, or will we be having them stationary? Because if they are stationary, they'll just be part of the room, really.
Yeah, as of right now, I would say make them stationary.
Okay.
But I would say, as far as reading them in the Zork file, make them their own entity.
Okay.
So kind of like items, where you have an item and then you place it in a room.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Okay. And we were going to do crafting and exits. Okay. And a hunger counter. Okay. Crafting. Okay, we're going to need to brainstorm. All right. Okay. The exits. So closable means that they are, once they have been closed, they cannot be reopened, period. You know, destroyed tunnel entrance, destroyed caves, collapsed mines. These are all caves now that I think about it, but you get the idea. You know, destroying the magical door, melting the bulkhead, whatever. You know, once it's been closed, you can't open it.
Yes.
Lockable exits are the same thing, except they can be reopened. So probably have a Boolean value in the lockable exit class, you know, is destroyable or something. You know, so if it is destroyable, once its Boolean value is set to destroyed, it can't be undestroyed. You know, something like that. Okay. Not doing light sources unless we think we have time. Hunger counter, again, starts at 12. Every time you enter a room, -1 to it, unless you eat something, in which case it restores. Well, I guess first thing it would restore is it would check if your health is less than 12. If it is, restore by whatever the points the item gives is.
Yeah.
If your health is already 12, it restores your hunger counter by whatever points. the item gives.
We should also check if our hunger is full. We shouldn't be able to eat.
Do you want to die of gluttony?
I mean,
You just keep eating.
yeah. If your hunger counter ever reaches 12, die.
Well, no, we can.
No, I mean you can't go over 12 is what I meant. Like,
Yeah, why not?
I mean, if you're
I
familiar
mean, hey, distended bellies are a thing.
if you're familiar with the game Minecraft, you might know that there's a hunger bar and a health bar, right?
yeah.
And the health bar is a certain amount of hearts, like heart shape, I guess, or no, not heart shape. Anyway, it's a certain amount of things, right? But then, it actually can go over that. Like if you have full health but you eat again, it actually goes up to, I think, 15 when you can only see 13, whatever it shows. And so maybe we can have one of those like invisible caps. It's like a soft cap, but if it ever goes too far above it, you die of gluttony.
That is,
Possible. We can talk about it.
Yeah, but I don't know. That's a funny idea. I don't think we should actually spend time doing that.
Okay. Strength. Every X points that your character accrues in score, your strength stat increases by some value.
Mm-hmm.
This strength affects your carrying ability. You know, as an example, +2 points of carry per point of strength.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, you start out with your basic 40 carrying capacity and 0 strength. Every, I don't know, 10 points you earn, you get +1 strength.
Mm-hmm.
So you can carry, you know, 12 points when you have, or 42 points of material when you're strength 1, 44 at 2, 46 at 3, so on and so forth. Okay. Health, 0 to 12 scale. It's going to be stored in game state. If the hunger count is 0, -1 health every time you enter a room. For every 3 points of negative change to health, display a message to the player, something like, my leg, damn dog, stop gnawing on my fibia. Actually, I think the tibia is the larger one, but whatever. Okay. Score, it's going to be a game state variable. So you get +5 points for entering a room, picking up an item, dropping an item, crafting an item, opening a locked door, and some items will grant scores for particular actions. Like the wand has I don't know, a wave or something action. I forget what it's off the top of my head. So any thoughts, conclusions, questions on anything we've talked about so far?
all seems good to me.
Okay. Young Dre?
I think that's enough supplemental features.
Okay.
I mean, should we email him this and be like, hey, is this enough?
I'm fairly certain this is enough because we've got 1, 2, 3-ish. 4.
I mean, how?
We've got 4 other features that we are adding, and then we're using the 2 features that he requires us to have in ways above and beyond what he has suggested.
Okay, I just don't want to be caught off guard, but okay.
Well, I will email him just to make sure. I think we're pretty safe, though.
Yeah, I think we're safe too. Just, we're pretty safe in Suri.
Okay, where is my playlist? There it is. All right. So, but now let's actually work out some of the details on this. So, NPCs. Okay.
Yes.
Throw some examples of NPCs up.
Well,
The frickin' YouTube system control would be my first thought.
what?
I'm loading our recordings and YouTube is being annoying.
As usual.
Maybe, I mean, do you think we should have like a, no, never mind. I was gonna be like a shop NPC. You can buy
Well,
items.
Okay, well, just remember, this is not about what NPCs we're going to have.
Yeah.
This is about what NPCs
Do?
can do.
Oh, I think,
Okay? So, a shop NPC. Fine.
I don't think we should add a shop NPC.
We're not adding anything.
Okay.
Okay, this is just throw the idea on the table so we have something to talk about. Okay, so shop NPCs. We're going to limit this to communication.
Okay.
So, what would a shop NPC talk about?
Probably talk about stuff about items, like maybe gives you hints on like an item it's heard about and how to get it.
Maybe what's going on in town.
Yeah. But let's just assume you're just a broke character. You're not buying anything from these NPCs. There's no item interaction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. Just remember, just because we talk about an NPC here does not necessarily mean we're going to add that NPC to the game.
Yeah.
Okay, this is just filling out the idea of NPCs so that whichever one of us has to develop the use case and the UML and the sequence diagrams, we know what we're working with.
Right.
Okay, so talks about items, gives you hints about items in your inventory, gives you hints about items in the game. They can mention the ability to combine and craft them. Okay. Anything else you can think about?
Hints on how to progress, maybe. If there's a locked door, the player doesn't know how to get in. Maybe an NPC will tell them, "Oh, have you ever tried combining this and this? Maybe that'll give you a key or something."
Mm-hmm.
Like, try going to the forest if you're lost. There might be something there to help you. Maybe there's a key lodged in the bushes or something.
Okay. So another NPC we can talk about. Guards. So what would a guard talk about?
I mean, a guard could block your entrance. It could be another way of having a lockable door.
Yeah.
Who've committed crimes against Skyrim and her people.
Okay. I could probably provide information about the dungeon.
I mean, I think that in each dungeon, what type of NPC and what each NPC will do will be up to the file writer, basically.
It will be.
Yeah.
It will be. Again, just because we're putting it on this list does not mean we're putting it in the game. I'm just trying to get subjects to talk about so that whoever has to do the UML and the diagrams has the ideas and information in place. Okay, because like Dre, if I were to just tell you, give me a use case scenario for, magic vials in the game. Okay. Chances are really, really, really good that what you're going to come back with is not going to coincide with what I have in my mind.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Because we didn't make sure we're on the same page. We didn't make sure we were talking about the same damn thing.
Okay.
Okay? You know, I may have been talking about poisons. You may have been talking about mana. You know, Alex may have been talking about, you know, an aphrodisiac.
All very possible.
Okay? So, you know, a teacher or scholar, you know, lore and background of the world. You know,
I think
I
we should
once
have
traveled to one more big town. You know, whatever. All right. Any others we can think of?
should we have NPCs that give you items if you help them by giving them an item? Like, hey man, I'm really thirsty, man. You got any water? You have water on your inventory. And then they're like, thanks, take this necklace. It might do something, it might not. Who knows?
Possibly. Side character NPC. Earn item if given proper item.
Or maybe can you just say can take and or return or give item, because I think we can just make an NPC that will just take an item and just like not give you anything. Just like you're a good person for helping them, or just have an NPC like, hey, look, a stranger, let me give them this item for no reason, and stuff like that.
Okay.
Your score would go
It's dangerous to go alone. Take this.
up.
Yeah, I figured Alex would get that reference.
Yeah.
Okay. So, any other NPCs that we can think about right now?
Well, we covered ones that could give you items in exchange for things.
Yeah.
Should we have ones that make you lose the game? Like,
You engage a prostitute. You
oh,
lose.
should have. No, something more like, I mean, yes, if you write that in your dungeon, maybe, but maybe we can make one that's like say you help a shifty person, he stabs you, you dead, you die, blah.
Okay. I mean, we're kind of at the point where if we're going to do that, we're going to get rid of the communication only thing we were talking about.
Okay, yeah, I mean,
So-
either way, like giving or taking items is kind of outside that realm anyway already.
It is. But by itself, it wasn't so far out of it that
Okay.
I was going to say, let's take that out now. But
Well, I mean, it depends if you agree with me whether or not an NPC would be able to kill you.
could an NPC kill you? Yes. Every game I've ever played had that ability.
Okay. I mean, in respect to this game / project grade.
I mean, again, I don't think we have the time to do a combat system.
Well, no combat system. Just you have been stabbed by this NPC. You are now dead.
That reminds me, there's this game called Misao. It's an indie game, and you play
That's the name of a wine.
you play as this Japanese girl, right? And you're going through your school that got haunted, and if you basically anything will kill you, and you get checkpoints every once in a while, but if you like look at a billboard or not a billboard, if you look at the blackboard, then like a ghost hand comes out and crushes you, and then you're dead on the floor. And then there's like stuff like that just for they punish you for exploring, and that's like what the game is known for. It's a big like middle finger. we can make a game like that. You look at a bookshelf, the book comes alive and eats you.
It turns out the bookshelf was actually a mimic. Say goodbye to your entire front half.
Oh no.
We
I
gotta,
mean, we don't have the look feature though, and I thought we were gonna add the look feature.
we gotta find a way to import the sound that mimics make in Dark Souls. That like,
No, we are not doing sound.
man, if only.
No.
Why not? It would probably be very complicated.
That would be number one, yes. Number two, we have 3 weeks to do this, not 3 months.
That's fair. That's very fair.
You do be of having of a point.
So, all right. So, I think we can limit NPCs to what we have talked about so far, and that will be manageable. Guard, teacher, scholar. So, crafting. So, the only real differences I can think of in crafting come down to how many items you need for crafting a particular item.
Mhm.
You know, like eggs and flour let you make pancakes, but eggs, flour, and sugar for a cake.
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, I don't think that'd be. That's not like hard, right?
I think we'll run into a problem with like if you combine eggs, flour, and then eggs, flour, and sugar, then you'll like
Yeah. See, there's where my thought process is going. How is the command going to interpret the difference between eggs and flour and eggs, flour, and sugar?
I mean, that's 3 items. That's 3 extra. I mean, that's one more item than 2. That
Yeah.
like it checks for the like, hey, like, do you have this and this item? Yes. Okay, you make this. Oh, you said this extra item. Yeah, that's like. Wait, hold up. No. You know what? That does bring up a good point. Like, how does the game know that when you type egg, flour, and sugar?
Yeah.
Like, what if it makes you give a pancake and a cake?
maybe
I mean,
we could base the command on the number of arguments the user puts in as like the length of the string they put in, maybe of the number of elements in it. Like if there's 3 items, then you only have a certain amount of items you can make.
The other thing I'm thinking about is
I think
something like this.
we should probably have like a cap of 2, to be honest. Trying to make it easy.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, I think cap of 2 would be a good idea, at least for this
Okay.
project right now. Because you can just split the string by like and with spaces like on either sides of
Yeah.
it. But
You know, you read the first word of the command. That determines what type of command it is, and then the rest of the string gets passed to that respective command object.
Mhm.
And the command object does whatever it needs to do.
How do you read only the first word? Like,
The way I would recommend doing it is split the string into an array list.
how? By spaces?
Yeah.
Okay, and you take the first.
Yeah,
And
you
then-
look at the first one, go, okay, it says combine, create a combine command object,
Okay.
and pass it, whatever the rest of the string would have been minus the first element.
Okay. Makes sense now. You take the first and third index, which would be the items, right? Because
Well,
0 would be the command crafting, and then 2 would be and, right?
these 40-minute limits are really getting annoying.
Yeah, I mean, coming up on that hour mark, gang. I know 2 hour mark, gang.
Yeah. Do you guys want to take a 5-minute break and then pick up where this leaves off?
I mean, sure.
Okay.
Mm.
So, all right. So we'll go ahead and end this and pick up at 10 o'clock.
Cool.
All right, peace.